Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Frosty, which is an unofficial sequel to Everlasting Summer, supposedly a short sequel. I'm playing it a bit too late probably, it should be around Christmas actually, but let's say Christmas is now, why not? Gallery, okay, let's check settings actually. I think everything is fine. Alright, new game. Let's go. Let's check this thing out. I wonder, what is the spirit of New Year? And what is New Year itself? Okay, so actually New Year. We should play it at New Year. Well, it's close. Not that long ago that happened. Just another time cycle. One of the many red letter days. Or a much more alluring and mysterious event. If my memory serves me right, the New Year was celebrated, even in ancient Rome. Who knows, maybe even before that. But why is the holiday, and why are people so excited about it? Everyone decorates New Year trees, dreams up various stories, invites their friends. Give me a sec. Okay. Semyon, there's a sort of free space behind it. What's the matter? Are you grudging the toys? Hello. Oh, this place sure changed a lot. Alright, Lena's voice made me snap out of my thoughts, and I found myself standing still, clutching a small glass statue of a snow maiden in my fidgeting hands. Yeah, I'm on it. Slavia, chop it smaller, we won't be able to eat it this way. Ulyana, cucumbers should be over here. Have a look, please. Hello? Wait, Ulyana grew up so much? That's surprising. In a year? Alright. In a moment. German. Everyone around is busy with holiday duties. Even I, driven by the ambience, volunteered to bring and decorate a New Year tree. Alright, there is something like a New Year tree? Didn't know. Today is the 31st of December. We've reached an agreement to celebrate New Year at Lena's. So that's why the place is changed. It's not Semyon's, okay. It just happened that way. Anyway, it's not like we had any other option. Lena's place was the obvious choice, after all. Who would be pleased to celebrate New Year in an untidy and dusty apartment like mine? Or in a dormitory in which Slavia and Alisa lived? Several hours left until New Year, and the preparations were going all out. I was finishing decorating our New Year tree. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were casting their spells on the festive meals. Meanwhile, Alisa dashed to get the groceries as we were running out of ingredients in the last minute. Should bring alcohol for sure. Obviously, we were hoping that Xenia and Masha would drop in, but the evening was getting darker and the girls were nowhere to be seen. What about the guys? The crazy guys from the laboratory. The front door slammed, allowing in the freezing fresh air that could even be felt near the Christmas tree. Come get the supplies! Having finally hung the glass statue on a branch, I came up to Alisa. Judging by her voice, the supplies were pretty heavy. Still the best. She stood with her back against the wall, trying to catch her breath. Lena, could you find an apartment even higher? Oh, sure, it doesn't matter whether it's the second or the fifth floor. It's exhausting in any case. She shouted in the direction of the living room. Only muffled laughter echoed from there. What, you climbed the stairs while carrying all that? Can't you see? Why don't you use an elevator? Alisa stood up to me and glanced angrily at me. Being a smartass, huh? The elevator already went up and I didn't want to wait. What you standing still for? Move this to the kitchen. Stop making eyes at me and move. Okay, Alisa has always been a kind of locomotive end. At the same time, an ignition spark in our company, just as Ulyana. If we gathered up somewhere, it was definitely their scam. The bags appeared to be really heavy, and when I tried to pick them up, I couldn't hold a cry of surprise. Oh, how feeble the men are these days. Come on, let me help you. Together we managed to get the large stretch due to the load, back to the coach, and lamentably creaked under the wave. What have you brought so much for? You'll thank me in the morning. Wow, girls! There are some firecrackers over here! Nosy Ulyana has already peered inside the bag through a hole in its side, pulled out a long black box. Yelling cheerfully, tearing the bag even harder, oranges fell out and rolled around the floor. Ulyana! Having noticed the disaster she's done, Ulyana gathered the fruit quickly and pretended a nice girl. The front door slammed again. Hi everyone! She's here! And where have you been loitering about? Masha entered the living room wearing a dark dress and roll-neck sweater that suited her perfectly. Let's say. I wasn't loitering everywhere. We recorded our song today, and I tell you girls, it's beautiful. So what's up? Got the news? Are there more people in the room to come? Cause there are so few of us here. Semyon, hi there too. Even though there were only 6 of us, it was getting pretty crowded in Lena's one-room flat. What a beautiful Christmas tree you have! Is it real or fake? You know, we bought a fake one and it smells awful. Well, like plastic. You know, and here you have a real one. It's so cute! I adore your Christmas trees! When I was little, we used to bring and decorate a real Christmas tree, and I would even chew it into singles. And I also love Oliver salad too. Do you add pickles to it? My mother always does, but one of my friends doesn't. Somebody had to call Masha's endless chatter downside there to chime in the conversation. Should I say monologue? We are waiting for Sonia. Help us sort out the stuff, will you? Okay. Oh, by the way, this evening we... Suddenly she went silent, pausing in mid-sentence. This evening you what? It's nothing. With a great deal of commitment, Masha went about loading of the bags, sorting food on the table, while leaving the rest of the stuff on the sofa. There was a strange, nearly forgotten feeling that had been haunting me restlessly throughout the whole holidays. As for I was 12 again, hurrying up to bed so that I could wake up early in the morning and open up gifts waiting for me under the New Year tree. Okay, that's true. It's a Russian game. Okay, it's not by Soviet games, but it's still a Russian game. It works like in Russia, that makes sense. Okay. They celebrate Christmas and New Year a bit different, right? At least than Poland. And Masha's strange nothing only served to reinforce its feeling. I guess this is the first time in about 5 or 7 years I found myself in high spirits on the eve of New Year. Today I enjoy myself rather than stay buried like a mole within our 4 walls, forcing my eyes not to miss the moment. The clock in the corner of the screen marks the beginning of another cycle of the seasons I couldn't tell the difference between. It's all thanks to the girls. It's been on new mind since the day we all met. For up to now we've been hanging out together and visiting each other pretty often, as if we were old friends. Well, perhaps it was the truth after all. But can we call everything that happened to us real? Or was it just a bright and vivid dream our company shared? It mattered not now. The more important thing is the lesson we've learned from this dream. The hand of the clock was approaching the 10 p.m. mark relentlessly. Lena and Slavia were having a chat and ruffling dishes in the kitchen. Oil was sizzling on the pan, and some meat was baking in the oven, filling the kitchen with appetizing savor, as the serving of the festive table was reaching its end. Lots of trumpery was hanging from each and every corner of rich garlands were winking with bright colors, and doll's glassware was glistening from the branches of the New Year tree. The scent of tangerine and pine needles served as the complement of the elevated atmosphere of holiday, just like in good old days of childhood. Ulyana and Alisa ran outside, having a strong intention to try out the explosive contents of the bath that filled it to the limit. Masha was lying on the sofa and seemed to be falling asleep. I was sitting in an old and soft armchair, staring aimlessly at the TV screen, where a bunch of show business stars in a brightly colored dresses, Hollywood smiles shining on their faces, were wishing their audience Happy New Year. For at the very moment I had not the slightest intention to notice any of their historic behavior. All I wanted to see was a noisy celebration of holidays with cheerful people and their never-fading smiles. And I wanted to believe in their countless wishes of happiness and health, and that every wish would undoubtedly come true, this time at least. My eyes accidentally caught a sight of some kind of a little dark box lying on the floor. Ulyana's firecrackers. At the same time, a mobile phone rang somewhere in the kitchen. You want me to drop them? Nah, climb up and take them by yourself. I won't drop them to you. What? Oh, okay. Semyon! Go down and give those firecrackers to Ulyana. She's left them somewhere in the room. Thoughts were moving slowly in my head, as if my mind was enfolded in some haze, and I didn't want to leave this soft and cozy armchair. Why don't I go out and breathe some fresh air? My stomach needs to take a break from those tempting smells anyway. Oh. Choices. Safe. Go down. It was too stuffy in the apartment. I'll go for a walk. I said to the girls in the kitchen and left the apartment, shuffling on my coat. The street greeted me with noises from every corner. Someone was launching fireworks. Children were playing with peg-tops, little toys that were spinning and launching sheaves of multicolored sparks. Ulyana and Alisa were setting up a huge firework that was probably equipped with at least 30 shots, as the box wasn't a small one. I'm afraid to imagine what cut of our budget was spent on this inanity. Got it? Instead of answering, I showed her the small box. Give it here! Ulyana snatched the box out of my hands. Well, now we're gonna rock this night! She had a twinkle in her eyes, just like a small child. She was probably thinking of something to blow up the whole time. Why did you buy them? You could make it yourself. It isn't the first time, for you after all. If looks could kill, there'd be just a small pile of ash left of me under Alisa's incinerating glare. You're such a jackass, Semyon. What's wrong? Victorious capitalism prevailed over the young chemist? Old habits still turned up in the worst time possible, and I realized I unwillingly teased Alisa. Alright, sorry, don't blow it up. Hands raised themselves in a reconciling gesture. Would you, for one, stop apologizing in an upcoming year? Maybe just don't get mad at me. She just tardily waved me aside and chilly shrugged. I'm gonna get warm. Freeze yourself if you want. My coat wasn't the most frostproof one, which is why I started to freeze as soon as I left the porch and felt the first wind blast. Just as I wanted to go back to the apartment, I was actually pulled by the sleeve. Hey, who's gonna launch the fireworks? And there are still some firecrackers left. Safe. I will launch them. Why not? Perhaps I should stay. Alisa, you can go back home while we prepare for lunch. I pointed my finger at the bag with firecracker cylinders sticking out of it. Well, so you're in arm school after all? She snorted, turned around expressively, and trudged back to the apartment. You got what you wanted? I'm in arm school now. Ulyana just giggled behind my back in response, and my neck was instantly bited by millions of billions of icy needles. You redhead piece of... Without even turning around, I carefully dropped, trying to cover myself from incoming snowballs with one hand, while scooping some snow and making a snowball with another. Send. Hey, that's not fair. She didn't even let me turn around, aiming at my head and quite frequently hitting it. Will you stop already? Nope! She lost focus for just a moment, and after 2 life-saving jumps, I utilized the nearby bushes as cover. The stern battle raged on. By dodging snowballs, I managed to warm myself up pretty nice. I no more wished I had gone home with Alisa. Are you sure about this? After another sharp hit to the bright down jacket, a snuffy voice could be heard from behind the tree. Oh. Hey, that's not fair! It is fair. Maybe. Go on, tell me I should have taken a dive. Of course you should have! Of course. She went out from behind the tree, snuffily looking at me with her arms akimbo. Her upset appearance was so funny that a smile appeared on my face. Quit skulking with me. Got hit with a snowball? This isn't such a big deal. Alright, let's go launch some firecrackers! Her easily appeased temper could knock my socks off sometimes. Just a moment ago, she was burning me with her blazing expression, and now she's already suggesting screwing around. Oh my. Again. Let's go! Woo! Right, I need to know if this game has multiple endings as well. Ulyana quickly ran away from another aluminium tin which had a thin grey string of smoke coming out of its hull. In a second, an unlucky piece of aluminium was torn asunder with a sudden blast. Just like a kid. Even despite the fact that Ulyana was on her first year of studies in a university, her ways of entertainment couldn't be called ordinary. Judging by the other girls' stories, she was always screwing around. Apparently, she even volunteered to be a camp leader. Oh! Nice! Nice going! Good luck! Well, the previous camp leader was awesome. In my opinion, at least. Ulyana as a camp leader, that image appeared in my mind instantaneously. A pioneer uniform, her strict voice, lecturing Uncle Peters. I couldn't contain the laughter. What you laughing at? Nothing. Just thinking why some individuals still enjoy playing with firecrackers. Ulyana gave me a surprised look. What's wrong? That's funny! Where is the fun in that? Just an explosion, and the tin is torn apart. It's possible to hurt an eye with a splinter. Let's not do this again, okay? I'm worried. About you. Ulyana waved her hands in protest. About yourself? About you as well. Mostly about you, would I say. Well, if you're worried about me, we won't do this again. An explosion went off right behind her back. Alright. I frowned. Something should be done to bring that girl to her senses. Yeah, alright. That one was the last one, I swear. Okay. Multiple endings. Does it have multiple endings? Continue. I stretched my hand out, and Ulyana thoughtfully unloaded the rest of the warheads in the palm of my hand. You are indeed boring. What we're gonna do then? I was about to suggest something, but immediately, okay, reconsidered, cause I had nothing to suggest. I couldn't even imagine what one could do outside in winter besides wandering around between the house and the nearest mini rocket and optionally studies. Let's make a snowman! I gave her a constantine look. I'm still 10 years old for you. What's wrong with it? To me, it's fun! She silently sat on her hangers and started to fool the soft snow. I was standing nearby and amusedly watched her attempts to make something round of a slush ball. Don't just stand here, help me! Oh great, really mature. Okay, we'll make a few balls, put it on top of each other. So what? Damn it. There's like no information if this has multiple endings or no. Oh, maybe here. Ulyana stood up and threw a serious look at me. Look, that's everything. It's a part of New Year. The presents, the snow, the balls, Jim, Father Frost. All of this is New Year. I don't get. Why are you such a DJ creature? What happened in your life that you look like a all the fun has been pumped out of you? The thing is, nothing. nothing happened. That's why I'm like that. I'm not sure if that was the truth or not, but somehow I really wanted to trust myself. That the reason for my passiveness, who was my style of life itself, not me. It's always pleasing to know that someone else is responsible for your failures. Ulyana kicked the slush ball and it fell apart. She turned around and headed to the porch. I froze in place. Just a second ago I was ready to leave myself, but now I felt extremely offended. Offended by myself, by being such a miserable toad. I can't even pretend I'm cheerful to not upset the girl. I felt some kind of unpleasant tight lump appear in my chest. If I managed to upset Ulyana, I really did something wrong. And this holiday to boot. It meant a lot to her. I could have not had these feelings, but for sure didn't have a desire to spoil it for someone. I sat down in front of the tumble-down slush ball and tried to gather it in one piece. Somehow I managed to do it. Then I started rolling it on the ground, carefully straightening the sides. The slush ball was slowly turning into a sphere. So, where are you? She turned around and saw me making circles around the quadrangle. What are you standing for? Come on, make a second one. Ulyana incredulously came closer and started to make the second ball. Keeping an eye on me, she tried to roll it, but all of a sudden slipped and her face fell directly on the slush ball. When she got up, her appearance was so hilarious that I couldn't contain myself and burst into laughter. Funny as a crutch! But her face was a dead giveaway. In a second she couldn't control herself and started laughing out loud. Then she made a snowball and threw it in my face. The snow got precisely in my mouth, which made the situation even more hilarious. Having finally stopped laughing, we continued to make the snowman smiling from ear to ear. And here it is, something made of 3 snow spheres, with hands that were supporting the fat pole belly, standing before us. Instead of moss, the snowman had a branch and some random conelets ended up as his eyes. If only we had a carrot! That would be real classic. With a broom in the hand and a bucket on the head, to be precise. I was standing next to Ulyana and watching this snow miracle, and all of a sudden I felt so warm and cheerful, like going back to childhood, when we were walking and playing in the snow with my parents. Ulyana looked at me and I grabbed her hand. I just had a sudden desire to hold someone's hand. It actually was like childhood. The snow falling from the sky, the New Year tree lighting up the odors, the snowman, someone's hand you can clasp. I checked the time. New Year was at hand. I dragged Ulyana's attention to the fireworks. Let's launch them right at 12 o'clock. Alright, she said and gave me a warm smile. The phone's clock was counting down the last second of the strange, full of mysteries, losses and discoveries, happy and sad memories. Moments, yeah, I think. Ulyana rose with a spring, pulling my sleeve. Or yeah. No, yeah, whatever. Is it time? It is. She took a match folder out of her pocket and ran up to the artillery, which was armed and ready by that time. 5, 4. Ulyana was in blazing weeks after weeks, constantly swearing and breaking the matches. 3, 2. The last wick ignited, strewing the ground with the sparks. 1. And precisely in the first second of New Year, the night above us shone with bright lights that looked like marvelous flowers, red, green, golden, you name it. Look, look! She ran up to me, grabbed my hand and pointed in the sky, although that was actually unnecessary. I was fascinated by the sight as well. What's so special about these lights and snowmen after all? Why exactly this day? Why do they make you wake up from the dream, dust of the fluff, lighten up your soul? Watching Ulyana, it became clear that I just forced myself too deeply in the borders of dejection and loneliness I created myself. So maybe it's time to break these borders and once again learn to enjoy the simplest things and being a child, at least sometimes. A chime of bells echoed from someone's open window. Ulyana shouted, "Happy New Year!" and suddenly kissed me right in my unshaved cheek. The same moment, she became extremely shy because of her abrupt lunging, dropped her eyes and quit hold of my hand. I'm sorry? What's wrong? Nothing. She went a bit red, nearly matching the shade of her cheeks with the color of her hair. Her amber's look gave me the warm feelings. I grabbed her hand and caught her surprised eye. Hey, no biggie. I bent down, kissed her in her ear and said, Happy New Year. Frosty kiss, ladies and gentlemen. Lastly, you hope you will find your own Lena, Lisa, Miku, Ulyana, Slavia, Yulia, and live happily ever after. Good luck. Okay, if you mentioned Yulia, I have a feeling there might be other endings actually. So, we're gonna celebrate New Year a few times probably. Let's see. Let's see. Well, okay. Let's check out gallery. Can I? Okay, that's awesome. You unlocked me some of these. Oh, this is from Everlasting Summer, the first one. I remember that picture. I have a feeling there are more endings, so we will actually probably continue. If not, then hope you enjoyed actually this one video as a series. Frosty Kiss, but if there are other endings as well, I will do them because, well, I loved Everlasting Summer and I did all the endings, and actually if there are mods I still continue doing them and recording and uploading because I kind of love that game and, well, I consider it awesome. And that's why Frosty Kiss will also be like that if there are more endings. So, see you then. Bye.